Welcome back to Module 4, The Power of the Sleep Fairy. Well, in the last module, we looked at sleep and bedtime routines designed specifically for babies and toddlers. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to use the Sleep Fairy to help all young children, from preschool to early primary, to go to sleep and stay in their bed all night. So do your children wake you up multiple times in the night? Do you lay down with your kids in their bed until they finally fall asleep? Have your children's sleep habits driven you to the point of madness and exhaustion? Well, have no fear. Help is at hand. So lots of parents I work with struggle on for much longer than I did. But here's what I came up with, and I hope it helps you. Try it and let me know how you get on, and jump into my forum and let's have a chat about the Sleep Fairy. I used to love the Tooth Fairy and magical things as a child, so I imagined a sleep fairy popping into our house, sprinkling her magical fairy shimmering sleep dust all over the kids and waving her magic wand full of deep sleep and magical dreams. I got the kids together on the bed at story time, and I was full of enthusiasm, and I said, "I've just heard that the Sleep Fairy is coming through Red Hill tonight." And the kids were intrigued and curious to hear more. So I got all inspired and I said, "The Sleep Fairy helps little children sleep all the way through the night. And when they sleep all the way through the night without calling out or fussing or coming into mummy and daddy's bed during the night, they receive a special little treat from her under the pillow, just like the Tooth Fairy when she comes." So now both of my children beamed at the idea that they could wake up to a surprise. So I read them their story, tucked them in and said, "Now unless you've hurt yourself, you don't need me. It's time for falling asleep." So I popped on their music and their story tape, kissed them goodnight, and guess what? They slept through that night and woke up to a little toy and some coloured pencils under their pillow. Now, some mornings they didn't make it through the night and the Sleep Fairy didn't come. But here are some ideas for using the Sleep Fairy to get your kids into a better routine. The first one is be reasonable. Make specific, reachable goals that your children can achieve. If you've got into a bad habit with your child, give them the goal of only waking up once in the night to earn a visit from the Sleep Fairy. The key is to make the story fit your family and what you want to happen. The next tip is to give clear instructions. Tell your child exactly what they have to do to get a visit. So when I say good night, you must stay in your bed and not call out. Another tip is to start by rewarding every night. Now someone said, "Isn't that bribery?" Well, it is to start with, but you are changing their behaviour. So everything is going to be a little bit different. So you need your child's behaviour to change if you're ever going to sleep again. So rewarding them every night, perhaps for up to 30 days or a month, will change your child's sleep pattern. And then gently move to lots of praise or a sticker chart, making it harder to get the rewards for sleeping. But by then, the new habit will have been established. Another tip is to move to a more intermittent or random reward system. So once you see the behaviour established, tell your children that the Sleep Fairy must help other children who have sleep problems. So the Sleep Fairy will still visit once in a while, but it'll be more random. Or, if your child likes patterns and routines, tell them that the Sleep Fairy will visit them every Friday night from time to time. Finally, let this system come to an end once the behaviour you want to see is established. Because once you get your regular hours of sleep, it's time for the Sleep Fairy to focus on other children in need somewhere else. So perhaps you could help your kids to write a letter saying thank you for visiting and helping us to, and say goodbye. And let your kids know that the Sleep Fairy must go now and help other children who need her. Now be mindful you're going to get some upsets and you're going to get some setbacks. But then you can bring back the old pattern of introducing the sleep fairy again, perhaps just for a short time. And there's an opportunity here to call her back, and then start every night for a week, then going to intermittent for a week, and then saying goodbye again. So I hope this exercise helps. A really lovely and helpful book for reading with your children is also called The Sleep Fairy by Jamie Peterson. So in the final lesson, we're going to look at teenagers and sleep. So see you then.